So let's go ahead and get started. Get it. Timeline jumping. All right. So I think it'll be best for we're gonna see me and Kiara go kind of bouncing back and forth with each other. We believe in going in the flow with the flow. So I think we should start with what is timeline leaping? What is timeline leaping? Otherwise known as quantum jumping. I know we've heard about quantum something in some type of way. I know that timeline stuff is starting to come up more, especially, we've been led to this class. And this very day represents timelines. We picked this day. Saturday is Saturn day, right? So this day is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is Chronos, time, timeline. So this is the perfect day to do this type of work and to talk about these types of things. So I'll start with my perspective. I'm a super earth sign, so I try to keep things as down to earth as possible. Timeline jumping is simply jumping to another reality, creating, manifesting another reality compared to the one that you're in now. And it does involve expanding your mind a little bit because you do have to kind of accept that there's more than one reality happening at the same time. Okay. And there's more than one dimensions at work. Okay. When people say, oh, the veil is thin, they're not just talking about spiritually, they're talking about also their parallel universes. All that stuff is connected. The other thing is time is not linear. So when you are, just to start us off, timeline jumping, I want you to think of it as a very real concept. I know we've seen it in movies and TV shows a lot, but they've been telling us something for a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
You feel in your body like, I can jump to another reality. This is a real thing. Yes, it's a real thing. You can do it. The other thing is I want you to throw your concept of time out the window. Throw it in the trash. Okay. Time is a joke. I'm just being honest. Like the concept of time that we have been told is a joke. It is not linear. So when you really start to address the concept of timeline leaping, you have to accept that time is not linear. And this is a real actual thing that happens. Okay. And it can happen in a blink of an eye. You know how church people talk about, oh, the rapture's coming. The rapture's already came. I just want y'all to know that part of that has already happened. Okay. In the blink of an eye, part of that is talking about our consciousness. You see how people are so divided right now. People have talked about the 3D, 5D split and vaccinated, not vaccinated, and da 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 da, right? Part of that is the rapture supposed to happen. I'm not going to get too much into that because I know that's a whole nother topic, but I'm trying to give you an example of time is not linear. It's not. So that will help you to understand how real this is. Okay. You can jump and be sitting right here. And the next minute, something will happen in your life that lets you know you are not where you were before, but you're still sitting right here. Okay. So I hope that you guys are starting to really understand. Okay. To me, it is a mind, body, spirit experience. Yes, it is more so of your spirit, your soul, things like that. But your body does jump with you. Okay. The physical world, the physical body is very dense. So anything that we experience, and if you are on here, if you're one of my peeps, I talk about this a lot in my womb classes. When you are experiencing something in your body, it has already occurred in your spiritual body and your energy body and your emotional body, hell, even your pain body before it even makes it to your physical body. And all of those things are connected. Okay. So when, later on, I'm going to talk more about how it feels in your body to jump and also the recovery period. Because I think that's really important for us to talk about. Like after you jump, you need some time to be like, okay, what just happened? Okay, and your body does too. All right, so that is my perspective of timeline leaping, and I'm gonna let Kiara tell her y'all's. So I kind of mentioned it throughout some of the things I was saying, and Kiara did too. First thing is acceptance. Okay, you need to accept where you're at. I know it. I know personally, it was hard for me to accept where I was, and I was too focused on where I wanted to be. Like you can't leap and then like not accept like the choices that I made got me here, right? You have to accept where you are. Doesn't mean that you're settling. It just means, hey, this is where I'm at right now, and it's not where exactly I want to be, but I'm going to use it as a stepping stone. I'm going to use this discomfort as fuel to launch me where I do want to be. So acceptance is the first thing. Being clear about where you want to go. And I know that may sound contradictory, like, okay, I may not know exactly what it'll look like when I get over there, but still be clear about what it is that you want to experience in your new reality, because you're going to get it. And 9 times out of 10 is better than what you originally thought. Okay. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to happen in ways that you may not expect. Not saying it's a bad thing at all, but it's going to happen in ways you don't expect. And that's why you need to surrender. So surrendering, acceptance, being clear, and surrendering is important. And now I'm going to go into the womb stuff because we got to talk about this. Okay. Your womb is your vehicle to jumping. Okay. If you are not tuned into your womb, you just set yourself like 5 steps back. Okay. There are a lot of shows, TV shows that talk about stargates, portals, Twilight Zone, black holes, whatever. You know, I love sci-fi. I'm a sci-fi nerd, so I know, like, I done watched all of them, whatever, right? They're talking about our wombs, y'all, especially when they talk about stargates. All right, your womb is your vehicle to jumping, to timeline jumping, to quantum jumping. Okay. If you really want to go there with it, all of space is a motherfucking pussy. Okay.
The whole thing.
The whole thing is the universe. Okay. The whole thing is the womb. The universe is the womb. Constantly, right as we speak, there are galaxies and stars being made that we can't even fucking see. That creative energy is steady going. Okay, so tell me again how God is a man. I'm just saying. Okay, so your womb is your portal, is your vehicle, is your car to also getting you where you need to go. All right. I know not everybody's not mothers. I'm just using this analogy. When you conceive life, that child that you conceived, this one that's like wiggling around in my arm, wiggling around in me now, they were just a thought. They didn't have no form, probably had a little consciousness, but that was it. Brought that thought form into our bodies and created life itself. And then had the nerve to be a boss bitch and birthed it out of our bodies. It went through 3 portals to get out: your uterus, your cervix, your canal, your vaginal opening. Period. That alone just tells you how powerful we are when it comes to materializing and manifesting something that otherwise didn't exist. Okay. The other thing that goes along with that, and many mothers can attest to this, is we feel our children before they even make it in our wombs. With him and with the little one in here, I knew when they were getting ready to come. Okay. And it had to make sense to nobody else. But I was like, look, another little celestial beings on their way. I got to get my shit together. I got to get my hormones together. I got, even with that, it was prep. Did I want it to happen at a certain time? I did, but it was still, no, this won't happen when it's supposed to. And it did. Okay. So aside from that, if your vehicle is broke, dusty, dirty, you don't know what's in it, you don't know what's going on, I don't know, it may not be the best way to leap. Okay. So as a womb magic wellness coach, I help women to tap back into their wombs, and I help them to also heal and clear their wounds. There are going to be traumas that come up, like we already talked about, the shadow work, the subconscious. Your womb, if you have not dealt with those things, your womb is also recording it. Okay. The womb, I think most of us are familiar with chakras, is your sacral chakra, right? Your root chakra is also, some of your organs in your body connect to the root chakra as well. Your chakra system connects to your physical body through your endocrine system. Okay. Your womb is like your seat of power as a woman. Okay. So there are some things that you're going to have to address to clear it out so that you become the clean vessel to leaping. Okay. So the womb sacral chakra themes deal with creativity. It deals with your passions, your desires, your emotional world. Okay, your relationship to yourself, your relationship to others, of course, your sensuality, and of course, your sexuality. Okay. Um, this is something I've been talking on a lot lately, but this world that we're living in today is collapsing for a reason. And and part of the reason why it's such a hardcore bench press on women's rights and what we do with our bodies, shit, even the way that the vaccines are affecting some people. I know it's a touchy subject, but I'm gonna go there. They know how powerful our birthing vehicles are. Even if you're not birthing children, we're all conceiving and birthing something. If you have businesses, you've conceived something, impregnated yourself with it, and birthed it when you launch that thing into the world. Okay. Anything that you're like, look, I have to create this. You're birthing it. So that energy is being harvested because we're going into a whole new era. You know, people are trying to hold on to these jobs. I'm just gonna say it. Hold on to these jobs. Hold on to this. You know, we act collectively, we asked for this pandemic to happen. Not exactly that way, but we act is here because somebody's, because that's a like collective timeline leaping, if you will. Somebody's was like, we tired of this motherfucking shit. Okay, we're tired of this. And then the pandemic happens, people get scared, like, oh no, I need my job. Oh no, can't do that. Oh no, they're taking away abortion bans. No, I need to have the right to do that. I have an unpopular opinion on that I'm going to touch on very briefly. But you know, we have to be able to say, look, no, I'm taking my shit back. I'm going back into myself. I'm leaping and creating a whole new me, letting that old self die so that I can experience what I want to experience that's not only going to benefit me, but benefit my family. Okay. And like Kiara was saying, when you do this, for the people it's meant for, you're going to meet your soulmates and your twin flames along the way.